Hello, we're starting from ground zero, and this is me going to be running bias amp. Okay, it's going to be very similar. You can see my reflection. Oh, you almost could. It's going to be very similar. Okay, in terms of how the settings are going to work and everything. Um, so make sure you have to think about two things. If your speakers are connected to your computer, the output is going to be different than if the speakers were connected to the actual interface. Okay, and I'm going to show you basically what the difference is and how you can use either or use both, really. Um, for example, if you want to be listening to music on one set of speakers connected to your computer, but then have another set of speakers connected to the interface, you can set it up that way and it would work pretty well. In fact, that's what I usually do. I have the laptop speakers for kind of listening to music, and then if I want to play along, I have an external set of speakers connected over here, which I'll show you right now. That lets me play guitar. So this is what it sounds like. These are the external speakers, the ones connected to the interface. And you can tell it works, right? I'm not using headphones or in-ears or anything. So let's go over here to audio settings. And then you'll see this sort of menu. It should be very similar. Try to basically follow everything from the input device part down. Make sure that is the same. So your input device definitely will be the Scarlett 2i2. Input type should be mono. Do not use stereo. And input channel will be whatever you plug your guitar into. If we go over here to the interface, it's only two inputs. The left one is input 1, the right one is input 2. I'm in input 1, so I put input 1. Okay? And that's basically it for that. And then down here, you'll see sample rate. Make sure that's at 44.1 kilohertz or 44,100 hertz. And 256 samples for the buffer size, just to start off with and see what it kind of feels like and works. And hopefully there's no weird distortion or overtones going on. That's very important. So just start off here, and then the buffer size you can lower as you feel your computer and everything is comfortable. You know, everything else is sorted out. You can mess with that later. Let's go over here to output device. This is very important. So if I have a set of speakers connected to my computer, right? Specifically, if I was, at home and I just had my desktop and I have speakers connected to there, the output device, you do not want it to be the Scarlett 2i2. You want it to be whatever is your default device on here. Now, there should be a list. There should be Scarlett 2i2, Realtek, or whatever. Find the one and just try each one and see which one actually gets you audio through your speakers. It should say Realtek HD or something like that, I think is usually what Windows uses. On Mac, it's super easy because I just put built-in output, okay? And even, it doesn't even matter what set of speakers I have plugged into here, that's considered built-in output. So if I want to hear the audio through my laptop, okay, the speakers are built in, I select that, make sure this is stereo, and then make sure this is just set to output 1, 2. Doesn't really matter where you have that set, but you might as well just keep it like that. And then it sounds like this. Right? You can hear the audio is coming through the speakers on the laptop. So if you had a set of speakers connected to your computer, that's what you would do. You would look for whichever one is the corresponding one. Now, the other alternative, which I like to do, is to hook up a set of speakers either separately, or if it's my desktop, I would just take the plug out, put it into the Scarlett 2i2, and I just select Scarlett 2i2, just like that, and that is now considered to be my output device. Now, the thing about the Scarlett is on the back, there are two outputs for stereo, for studio monitors. One for the left channel, one for the right channel. But it also works for the headphone out. So I have here a 1/4 inch to 3.5 millimeter adapter, and then I have my computer speakers hooked up to that. And then I adjust the audio using that little knob right over here that controls the headphone kind of thing. So if I do that, it should sound right. Now I have the desktop speakers that are working over there on the desks I have. Okay, so that's basically how I would have it set here. Going over to the DAW, it's actually very, very similar, and it's pretty much the same thing, okay? So I'm going to open up Logic. This is normally what I use, and here I already have an instance of what I was playing yesterday for First Take Friday, which, if you don't know what it is, it's basically improvisation over a backing track that we do every Friday, and it's literally called First Take. So it's just, you know, whatever you come up with is whatever you come up with. Anyway, so this is basically a track that I did, right? And you could hear the external speakers that are hooked up to the Scarlett is what you're listening to right now. And if I go to audio in preferences of my DAW, you go to preferences in general or whatever, just go to settings and it'll come up. And here in audio, you can see input device is the Scarlett 2A2. I don't need to select anything else but that. And the output device is also the Scarlett 2A2. If I want it to be the built-in speakers, all I have to do is go over here to built-in output. Same thing we did previously in the standalone application. It's the same thing. Okay, you have to select it here, and you'll be able to get it. Buffer size, don't even worry about it. Just have it at like 128 or 256. Just to test it out, see how it works and everything. So now if I put built-in output and I hit apply, you should be able to hear the laptop speakers, okay? So it's very similar to what you see in the standalone program, okay? The reason I have the input device and output device on the DAW to be the Scarlett 2i2 interface is because I use headphones. And I hook up my headphones directly to the interface to hear myself. And to me, it just works better for me, and I feel much more comfortable recording that way or making music or whatever that way. But that's basically the general idea, okay? Just try it out, see how it works. Hopefully this explained a bit for you, just so that we can visually get an idea of what's going on here. It's likely there could be 1 or 2 settings that were, you know, messing you up or something, and you might want to check that out. All right, so thank you for watching. Hopefully it helps you out. Have a good one.